Welcome, brave souls, to the chilling tale of Whispering Pines, an abandoned amusement park with a sinister past. Long ago, laughter filled the air, but now, only the echoes of tragedy remain. Venture with us as we uncover the dark secrets trapped within the rusted rides and flickering lights. What once was a playground has become a haunting ground for restless spirits. Will you dare to step inside? Hold on tight. This is a ride you'll never forget. Amidst the gnarled trees and twisted paths, Whispering Pines stood as a monument to joy turned to sorrow. Once a bustling hub of excitement with thrilling roller coasters and carnival games, the park now lay desolate. Its vibrant colors faded to muted hues, the locals whispered tales of a malevolent spirit, unseen yet ever present. Lurking among the decaying attractions, a spirit born from the tragedies that claimed lives. Years had passed since the park closed its gates after a catastrophic accident on the Ferris wheel, one that left parents weeping and children never coming home. The scent of stale popcorn mingled with the musty air, drawing thrill seekers, explorers, and those searching for a thrill into its haunted confines. This is where our story begins, with four friends: Jess, Mark, Sarah, and Tom, who decide to spend Halloween exploring the lost world of Whispering Pines. Armed with flashlights and their unyielding courage, they made their way past the rusted gate. Its creaks ominous against the backdrop of the night. The chill in the air seemed to breathe evil, and shadows danced as if alive, teasing their minds with childhood fears. As they ventured deeper, the haunting whispers seemed to beckon them closer. The laughter of children now an unsettling echo of bygone joy. They reached the main attraction, the infamous Ferris wheel, towering like an ancient giant shrouded in mystery. The wheel creaked softly, swaying despite the stillness around it, as if urging them to take a ride on its ghostly perch. "You go first," Jess dared, her heartbeat quickening with apprehension and thrill. As they climbed into the rusted seats, the air grew thick, laden with an unseen presence. With a shaky hand, Tom pressed the lever, and the wheel reluctantly started to turn, each rotation revealing the sprawling, untouched park beneath the pale moonlight. The view was breathtaking, yet the atmosphere shifted, dark clouds rolling in as a raw wind swept through the wheel. Laughter echoed, not from their lips, but from somewhere deep within the park. The friends exchanged nervous glances, forcing smiles through their fear. Suddenly, the wheel stopped at its peak. The air thickened around them, and screams echoed through the night, chilling their bones. They were not alone. Dark figures, ethereal and sorrowful, floated beneath them, lost souls, trapped in a time of horror, seeking companionship, seeking justice. In a flash, the wheel lurched violently, tossing them from one another. Panic ensued as Jess screamed, her voice blending with the wailing spirits surrounding them. Mark, clutching his head, managed to yell out, "We have to get down." But as they struggled to regain their footing, the spirits ascended, a cacophony of anguished whispers enveloping them, pleading, cursing, their mournful wails a haunting lullaby that beckoned them closer to the edge. Sarah, desperate to escape, jumped from her seat. The moment her feet touched the ground, the park erupted. The once fading colors brightened. The laughter of children surged, and bright lights flickered to life. Tom and Mark, frozen in fear, could only watch as shadows morphed into forms they recognized, faces of the lost, the petrified-eyed children who never stepped out of the park, their longing palpable as they reached for something they could never have again. "Join us," a voice whispered, smooth and enticing. None other than Jess's, transformed into something darker, something otherworldly. In that moment, Tom felt the cold grip of despair wash over him as Sarah was consumed by the shadows, plucked away by the phantoms lamenting their unfinished fun. The Ferris wheel spun faster, the laughter swelling into a frenzied symphony. A celebration of the dark pact formed. Mark, however, refused to succumb. With sheer will, he leaped from the dizzying height, sprinting toward the exit. Each step felt heavy, the whispers urging him to return, to embrace the darkness. But hope surged within him. He remembered the stories, The curse could break when someone truly understood their pain, gathering strength. Mark collapsed before the now closed gate, tears streaming down his face. "I remember you," he cried out to the spirits swirling around him. "You were children once filled with..." Emerged from the dark, a girl with sad, expressive eyes, a reflection of the innocence that had been snatched away too soon. "You must remember us," she whispered, each word heavy with sorrow. "You must tell our stories." Mark nodded, heart pounding, understanding the weight on his shoulders. Their tales, filled with joy and laughter once, were now lost in pain and tragedy. He poured every ounce of his soul into remembering, recounting the glorious days when the park was alive, the excited screams as children raced towards the carousel, the sweet taste of cotton candy, the sparkle of fireworks illuminating the night sky. Their memories flooded through him, a river of joy unfolding anew, washing over the darkness. As his voice rose, the sorrow around him shifted. The spirits began to transform, their forms luminescent, their faces softening into contentment. The girls smiled, and the shadows of despair receded. They began to gather, forming a circle around Mark, their whispers coalescing into a hauntingly beautiful harmony, a requiem for the lost, a farewell to the agonizing hold of the park over their souls. With one final breath, Mark shouted, "You are free. You can finally leave this place." At his proclamation, a brilliant light erupted from the Ferris wheel, illuminating the night, banishing the darkness that had claimed so many. The spirits rejoiced, laughter once more filling the air, twinkling like stars returning after a storm. As they ascended towards the heavens, the park transformed, overgrown vines retreating, vibrant colors restoring, laughter echoing in the winds. Mark staggered back, stunned by the unfurling magic around him, as the once haunted Whispering Pines regained its essence, but brighter now, filled with love rather than loss. Yet there lingered a veil of melancholy. His friends were gone, sacrificed to the cursed cycle, but their memories, wrapped in shadows, would be cherished in the stories he would tell. With a newfound purpose, Mark stepped away from the gates, forever carrying the weight of those who had been lost, vowing to ensure their spirits were remembered, their laughter celebrated. As he turned back for one last glance, he saw the silhouette of the girl wave goodbye, a promise shimmering in her eyes. The park behind him sang a different tune now, one of joy rather than sorrow, a place of remembrance where the darkness no longer held sway. That Halloween night, Whispering Pines stood eternal, a testament to friendship, loss, and the unbreakable bond that crosses even the realms of life and death. The end has come, but the story, etched in the hearts of those brave enough to remember, lived on, timeless and haunting, whispering in the wind, urging others to listen, to remember, and to brave the ride again.